Welcome, my beautiful souls, my beautiful Scorpios, sun, moon, rising. Many of you are intuitively guided. That's how our spirit guides work. Welcome. Today we are going to look into your love life, your career, what's happening in life, what's around the corner, all of the above. I wonder why my screen is so dark. My screen cracked last night. Wow, that is really dark. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do the Celtic cross for you today. And I know there's a lot of Scorpios out there who, I just feel you calling. I feel you calling. I feel like you're calling for help. Not that everyone's in a desperate mode. That's not what I'm feeling. I just feel you calling. So, let's leave it at that. Okay, so we're going to do the Celtic cross. And each position means something. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to leave my lid like that. Normally I'd bring it down, but I don't know. I don't know if you can see the crack. But anyway, number one, current energy. What's happening right now? Or maybe even what you need to be aware of right now. Number two, what crosses that? That can be something that enhances or depletes. We'll see. And then we're going to go to the subconscious mind, which will mirror a conscious mind. This is exactly why I like doing this spread. It shows us the mirrors. We're going to go to your recent past, which does mirror your near future. And if you notice the bridge card, how in a way it connects them. So we'll see why and how. Next is you. Your energy right now. This is external influences, both positive, negative, whatever they may be. This is your hopes and fears. And this is the final outcome, but we can change that if maybe we don't want to. Okay. So let's go ahead and begin. And I'm always torn. Do I put the cards up? Do I put the cards down? But I think it's my Virgo mind that likes them down. I like to see the story unfold in front of us. That's why I love Chariot. It feels like I am just telling your story. Okay. Current energy. Well, boy, do I feel like some of you need this. The Ace of Pentacles. It's like this ace is coming into your life. This is something that's tangible. For some of you, it may be a job a raise. Others, it may be the money you've been searching for. Epiphanies, ideas to create what may turn into a business. I just feel like whatever I needed this for, here it is. So, what a beautiful way of opening up the reading. Come on, be positive. Look at that. The Ace of Swords. 2 aces, Scorpio. 11-11. Make a wish. Well, 1-1-11. Make a wish. Ace of Swords. You know what I feel like? The first thing I feel, this is your growth. This is your authentic energy. This is you living within it. And, that may sound simple. But this is something I feel like we spend half our lives learning how to do. To truly be me. Use my voice. My authority. Some of you, you're speaking the truth. Some of you, you're moving into the arena of where your voice is I want to say your masterpiece. But maybe that's how your guides look at it. Wow. I like that a lot. Okay, let's go into the subconscious mind. Look at that. You're manifesting. You're manifesting. What I think about, I bring about. And what do you bring about? 2 aces. Powerful. This is also fast moving energy. And sometimes it can move so fast, it can feel chaotic. So think about that. And it's an 8, a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles gives you the way. The Ace of Swords feels like the vehicle you're using. And then the 8th, the number of infinity, as above, so below. It is like your guides hear you and are answering you. All right, let's go to the conscious mind. 5 of Cups. Interesting. Well, 5 is change. It's interesting because in the conscious mind, we have a 5, which is change. In the subconscious mind, we have an 8, which is a new beginning. So I feel like subconsciously, I want this new beginning. This may talk about why I've been feeling that calling. Like some of you may have, kind of got stuck in the energy of what didn't work out. The whys and all that. But the truth behind the 5 of Cups is that there are soulmates. They're not down in this group. They're behind this person. I often feel this person is wearing the cloak of the hermit. It's almost like telling you, through your own wisdom, you can look at these cups. And, if nothing else, I feel like you can take away the weight of them. Like this person did this to me. Well, they probably did it to the next person and the person after. So in a way, you may have been saved from the rest of your life being that way. This person, whatever it may be. But we also have to know ourselves. Sometimes I may have stayed at the party too long. But I feel like the change is happening or has already happened. Soulmates. Maybe coming into your physical world. Now, soulmates doesn't always have to mean someone romantic. It could be a best friend. It could be someone who gets you like no one else. And in some way, I feel this for some of you, like in some way they help take the burden away, like a burden that you've been carrying. Now, for some, it is love. I got a name in mind because I know one of you. And I'll tell you how I know. It's through your comments. Your comments really, I feel like I already know your soul. But it lets me hear your day-to-day, like what's going on, the way you think. So I already know one person who's in that energy who just met what I do feel is your soulmate. So anyways, and I don't want to say name because I don't know if they'd be upset. All right, let's go to the recent past. By the way, I am going to come back with the crystal vision and we'll go deeper. Look at that. 7 of Swords, like no more. No more. And it's interesting how, and this happens to all of us. Like, it's interesting because I feel like for a while, I've been focusing on this energy, this person. This is someone I think you really can't trust. I feel like their communication, forget about it. I feel like they're a liar. But yet, at the same time, that's part of what that 5 of Cups is. Sometimes we fall in love with the wrong person. or we think, and you can go back in your own history and figure this out. We think, this is our person. But then we meet our real person, and it's like, why did I give you so much time? This is your past, though. Keep that in mind, or it can be. So let's go to the near future. Well, hello, victory and success. Wow. Some of you are taking that Ace of Pentacles, that Ace of Swords, and you're creating success for yourself. This is the energy where other people really are looking up to you, looking to you for your wisdom, for your voice. How'd you do that? How did you become who you are? This really is victory. So much so that sometimes you do have to watch your ego. Because it can be like all of a sudden all the attention is on me. I mean, there's a reason. You possess the wisdom. And your back is to the past. Bye-bye. Adios. I feel like even if I haven't met the Two of Cups yet, it almost feels like it doesn't matter at this point because it feels like something else is going on, like the evolution of you, your business, and again, things that may start as epiphanies, even your experiences. That Ace of Swords is tying the past to the future, near future, by the way. So, that's good news. Okay, let's go to you. Well, there you go. The walking away. The clearing of the emotional house. Interesting. 88. That has been following us around. I notice that like different numbers that I start to see often connected in a reading, and here we have 88 again. But anyways, this is, well, it's movement out of that Five of Cups, number one. It is allowing oneself to have a new beginning. I feel like success through your career, your money, I feel like all that is definitely turning in your favor. And for some of you, like it may feel like a miracle, but much earned. And I feel like the Eight of Wands, like let's not forget about that. What I think about, I bring about. Now, for some, can I bring this person back? You probably could. But then you'll just end up in there again. I feel like this and this is about a new beginning. I feel like you have this financial blessing, and now it's time to work on the emotions. There's one deck, I forget which one it is, but they're sitting by the water's edge in this really zen pose, and they're open to receiving. And I feel like as the tide comes in, they allow the tide to take their worries away. Everything behind this person was yesterday's news. And this person's heading towards the Nine of Cups, inner harmony. You don't have that in the Five of Cups. You certainly don't have that in the Seven of Swords. Doesn't mean you can't have it, though. Okay. Let's look at external. See if I can pick it up. The Hangman. I mean, that's good. Seeking spiritual wisdom to use on this earthly plane. And I feel like you're receiving it. Maybe trust it. Like, really trust what you're receiving. You know, the Hangman can be, for some, a pause in the action. Because I feel like we have different stories going on. I feel like some are still focusing on, and by the way, when I say the past, I'm talking about, excuse me, I'm talking about someone who definitely did you wrong, probably over and over. You can't believe what they say. I know this energy, and I know, I remember living in it, and it was so freaking difficult. But yet, we can miss what we think. You know, and it's just because maybe we're learning our own self-worth. Like, wait a minute. I deserve so much more than this. But I've got to know that. I've got to say that. Ace of Swords. Maybe that's exactly what you're doing. So, I do feel it both ways. Okay, your hopes and fears. Seven of Pentacles. Interesting, because I feel like, number one, this ties us back to this seven, where I feel this is more of a fear for some. Like, some may have given this person a title, like a soulmate, a twin flame, but I feel like what this is saying is they're not. You know, they're not. Not this. They're not. You know, anything could have been a karmic soulmate, but karmics are really here to teach us, to help us evolve. You know, it's like they give us the lesson. We have to find the answer. So some of you, that may be what's holding you in place. Others, I feel like the ability to manifest. Remember, this is hopes and fears. The hopes, along with the Eight of Wands. You know, this is your tree of life. These are your soul seeds of intention. And first message is patience. Well, Hangman's patient. And that's because as you plant these seeds, you just want to give them the time that they need. But opening your reading with two aces, hello. I feel like the time is now. Alright, let's look at the final outcome, and then we'll come back and go a little deeper. King of Wands, who are you? King of Wands. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But certainly doesn't have to be. You know, if anything, it's a king of action. Even though he is sitting in his chair. But he looks like he wants to get out. He might be patiently waiting. Interesting. He may be part of the soulmates. Where, again, it's like, I can't do anything while this person is focused on the Three Cups. That includes that Seven of Swords. You know, so I wait. I wait. Especially coming under the Seven of Pentacles. And when I say I wait, I feel it in a divine way. Like somehow this person will know the timing is right. It's like a divine setup, but in a good way. Okay, wow. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Well, there's our Hermit. Your wisdom. sharing your beacon of light outwardly. I know many of you either have spiritual based businesses or you've thought about it. Remember, 9 is about reflection, but also about final reflection. Like, we don't want to get lost in it. What do I need to know? This is, it's kind of like, if you look at the Hermit, just the way he's, hello, 10 of Pentacles underneath that. Like, how do I get there? And if you look at the Hermit, it really is like he is overlooking the reading and illuminating it for us. And hello, 10 of Pentacles. I mean, why not? Why not? Okay, let me see. Five, 6, 7, 8, 88, 77. Oh, that's the other number. That's the other set of numbers, 77. They're not really connected here, though. All right. Let's bring in the crystal vision. And let's go deeper. We'll start at the current energy. But I'm always reading it as a whole. Like this is your life. And also keep in mind, like, many times there's like messages within the messages. If that makes sense. All right, I'm going to slide this ace over. Look at that. You see the way this came out? Kind of aggressive. 7 of Wands, which can be an aggressive energy. Standing your ground. Defending your energy. Defending your position. Maybe some of you have become so good at that you're now helping others to defend their ground. The only thing with the 7 of Wands, I feel, is sometimes we do have to know, like, what are we fighting for? And are they willing to fight for us? Would they fight for us? If the answer is no, well, because I'm again feeling the mixture. Like, I feel someone who's still hoping that someone's going to change. But then I feel for some of you, you're taking all the experience, all the fires that you've had to put out. Which, by the way, now we do have 77. Wow. 7 is a very spiritual number. And the 7 of Swords, to me, really is like the opposite of all that I can be. I may not be spiritually open or care to be. And you may be the opposite. Like, I understand how energy works now. I mean, here you are, manifesting, and then they're showing. Okay. The moon. Heart of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. The moon can be very dreamy energy. And again, I feel both sides of the coin here. because I do feel the dreaminess of something. And even the Eight of Wands could have been like what you're conjuring up in your dreams. But it can also speak of uncertainty. The moonlight doesn't allow us to see as far as the sun. And that may be why. Sometimes we just become comfortable in the uncomfortableness. Sometimes we fear change. We fear the uncertain. We forget that, we do hold pen and paper. We have a lot to say here. Here are the aces, but I feel like, and then whatever you do with them is up to you. We did see the Ten of Pentacles, so for some of you, you're taking full advantage of it in the best of ways. I feel like just as you're meant to. Okay, and look at this. The Nine of Cups. In inner harmony. And interesting how I said 11:11, make a wish. This is also fulfillment of wishes. But notice how inner harmony is first. Let's just use this as an example, but let's say, in my heart, what I want to manifest is a soulmate. Someone who is similar to me. It doesn't have to be exactly like me, but how do I want to say this? You have evolved. You're looking at things, you're seeing patterns, you're cutting ties. It hasn't been easy. Some of you are in the spiritual awakening process. And I do feel like it's a process, and I feel like it starts with the Ace of Swords, your own truth. But look where you're ending up, inner harmony. And then fulfillment of wishes over the 11. And some of you, one of your wish was to be able to let go of what was without that constant longing. And I feel like, that dream's going to happen. But you do have to keep moving forward. I just get the sense like nothing is being left off the table here. Some of you may work from home. That may be a dream. You may have a podcast, and that may be why I keep feeling like someone's voice. All of a sudden, I look at the Seven of Pentacles, and it looked like a radio station. I don't know why. Okay, well, that's great news. And we haven't even looked at the Ace of Swords yet, so let's just go right below. We'll keep them out. And again, I wish I could get a tighter view. But if I bring my lid down any further, I'm afraid my whole screen will just go. Okay. You want to talk about bad luck. Queen of Wands. Interesting, because we had the King of Wands in the outcome. Now we have the Queen of Wands. It's almost like energy matching energy. This feels like two people who, instead of just talking the talk, they walk the walk. This feels like two people who are up for an adventure. And I kind of feel like wherever it may lead, this is probably the soulmates. And when I say like meant to be, doesn't guarantee it that it will be, you know, because again, I have to go back. Like some, you just got to break that. You got to figure that out, or you won't. I don't know. And I don't mean that with any type of judgment at all. But hello, Queen of Wands. Especially over the Eight of Wands. This is a very intuitive queen. And who knows, she may be almost like that energy of calling in my soulmate. Oh, this is over the Ace of Swords. I was thinking it was over the Eight. Huh. Some may have unexpected communication from, I feel like either the Queen or the King. But does that mean that you already know them? I don't know. Feels like something happens in the evening. Doesn't have to be that, but I kind of feel that, like it's like an evening chat. The Hierophant, your opposite. Heart of Taurus. It's a 5. This wants you to ask yourself, are you living life according to your morals? Or are you lowering your morals to meet another's? This is a lesson we learn, because we're all born imperfect. This means this is what we're learning, right? Like maybe the beginning of my life, I was lowering my own morals to meet because I wanted to be with someone who maybe they had no morals. I don't know. I do feel like the Hierophant is also a blessing. Like a blessing wants to happen. And it's interesting because with it is the 9 of Cups, a fulfillment of a wish and a blessing. And why? Because I feel because you're being authentic. You're being you. You're being real. Even if that means you have to go through temporarily difficult change. Think about the potential and not necessarily the fear. Maybe do a pro and con list. If I changed my life and I did this, or I moved back home, what would I do? And if I'm even thinking that, well, maybe I should just check the job market. You know what I mean? Wouldn't hurt to send a couple resumes. And then maybe you get a phone call. Maybe it is at night. You got the job. I feel like nothing is left off the table. Your blessing will be your blessing, however it shows. And I need to say that this blessing is earned. This isn't a miracle. This isn't something just falling in your lap. Though, in a way it is, but it's because of your own recognition. And some people, as you yourself evolve, just means you're coming back to your soul. Like you're letting your soul live a little. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, wow. Hello, folk. Perfect energy. Perfect energy. For anyone who is on this new beginning, on this new path, where the past is not having any effect. Well, I shouldn't say any effect, because the one thing is the wisdom. I think in this type of energy we're seeing that you will repeat, that you'll end up back where you were. No. Why? Because you have evolved so much. Because these blessings are for you. I feel like you're heading towards the King of Cups, or the King of Wands. But the King of Wands could also be Queen, just to say a person, potentially. But that is not to take away all that you're doing too, and all that, again, I feel like business is being blessed, but you in particular. So the Fool asking you, are you ready to take the leap of faith? You ready for this new beginning in the 8? Let's take a chance. Let's see where it takes us. We can always change course if we want to. Right? The Fool knows. Like, there's really no weight on my shoulders anymore. There's no one telling me you cannot do that. Well, I'm sorry. This is my life. And I can really do whatever I want. Wow. How did we get down here already? We just kind of skipped over the subconscious and conscious mind. And the past. It's almost like I wasn't meant to go to the past. I'm meant to show you the potential of your tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trust that. Like, I just realized that. And maybe this is speaking for all of that. In the 5 of Cups, there's no way you have inner harmony. There's no way. I know it. But you can. But it does require change. And it is not about fixing them. Let's just put it this way. Of course, we should offer someone the opportunity to change if they so choose. If you want to be in a relationship, a real relationship, then we need to be loyal. We need to be each other's person. And if that can't happen, then it's not about, I'll give them the time to evolve. Because I kind of feel like evolve into what? That's what they're thinking. What do you mean evolve? Because they may enjoy their life just the way it is. And what's that song? Que sera, whatever will be the world. The next chapter. Dun 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 dun. Sound like a movie. The next chapter. Which means that a chapter is coming to an end. With a 9 on the bottom of the deck, which is the end of a chapter. And the world signifying not just the end of a chapter, but the beginning of the next. And if you just look at her, she's in this beautiful Zen pose. She's got these beautiful butterflies and the synchronicities, or what's the word I'm looking for? They're synced. It's not the word I'm looking for, but she's sitting on top of the world, which is on top of the lotus flower. And it's coming over the Hangman. I feel like simply ask yourself, What is ready to end in your world? What is that you would like to open next? Especially moving right next to the Seven of Pentacles, your tree of life. Some of those seeds could be predestined. And I feel like we're seeing the King of Wands because this does feel like someone who is ready to move. Like, give me the call, put it in my intuition, and I'm ready. But I feel like, do they know that? I don't know. I know that their soul knows that. If that makes sense. It's almost like it's turning pretty divine, I have to say. And just the way everything is moving in such a beautiful way. Boy. It's like, thank you, past. You have taught me well. I could not be who I am today without you. Excuse me just 1 second. Oh. Put a little prayer out there that my laptop doesn't break down on me. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway. Let's get back. So, I'm like, are these seeds in the Seven of Pentacles? Is this Ace of Pentacles one of them? I do feel like the answer is yes. And I feel like the Ace of Swords. I do feel like many of you are using that. Using your voice, your authentic energy. Because I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is going to happen. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Sorry, I was trying to like hush him. Like, shh, I can't stop the video. But maybe it wasn't meant to be stopped. You know, just like I feel like the readings, I guess I'll say August, are late, but at the same time, I feel like they're right on time, right when they wanted to be done. And that's something I'm learning, that I'm only doing a reading is if I feel called to it, which I know is frustrating some. Like, where's my sign? Well, I feel like this month I'm going to try to do every sign. Alright, anyway, Three of Wands. Take the focus off of me and put it back on you. This is optimism. It just is. It's optimism. It's living in the present moment, which is so important because this is where your gifts, your blessings, it's where it all happens. You know, a lot of times you'll see someone standing at like a coastline and these ships are just about to come into shore. And those ships, I feel like, are your blessings, are your presents, so to speak. And I feel like in the Three of Wands energy, I'm just letting go of control and I'm just being me and I'm enjoying the day. And I do feel that for some, when love, or if it's already opened up, I feel like you're having a joyful day. It's like one of those days where everything is just going right instead of wrong. That's you. That's because your energy is changing. And therefore, everything around you is changing. That's what I was going to say earlier. You know, as we are evolving, which just means that we are absorbing more and more knowledge, especially about how to manifest, but not in a like egotistical way, but how to have the best life I can have, and how the decision really always lies within me. And this is really living in the present moment. And this is where you notice like the signs, the synchronicities. I'm hearing something around music. Some of you, like a song just starts playing. Yeah, it's funny how Sam just walked in the room when he first called me after for like 40 years, and it happened at night at home. When I said hello, he started singing Night Moves by Bob Seger, which when we were teenagers and dated, well, I mean, back then we were going steady, I guess. That was our song. So, 40 years after the fact, that's how he opened it up. So I feel that. The only reason I'm talking about that is when I talk about my experience, because I know some have left comments lately like, you talk too much about yourself. It's only when I feel like it's going to relate to you somehow. I like how when I just put that 3 down, it's like illuminating this king. 3 is also the energy of joy. Alright, let's look at the king. Let's bring this 3 down just a hair. Let's give the king plenty of room, because he is looking right over at the 5 of Cups. And he looks like he is ready to get out of his chair. And it's funny because even though he is fire, it feels like it is the cloak of Scorpio is what is around him. Wow, why am I picking that up? Look at this, the Hermit. Some of you could literally be a Virgo. But can I say, like, are we on the same page? Are we on the same page or what? Doesn't mean we're exactly alike, though. The energy and how it connects, the wisdom. This feels like okay. I feel like I'm going to talk about myself again, but I am doing an audiobook that talks about 2 souls, Michael and Mary, who met before they came to Earth. And each chapter is evolving where they are now in Earth, and that's as far as I'm going to let it go, because tomorrow I'm going to release 2 chapters, 5 and 6. And I'm loving it. But anyway, why am I saying that? It reminds me of them. Like you remind me of Michael and Mary. Just a different name. Who knows? For some of you, you know, it's like when things come to me intuitively, especially stories, it can be like I may be telling someone's story. Earth and fire. And then water. Earth, fire, and water. Earth, fire, and air. And water. Okay, we've got quite a bit here. There's our 10 of Pentacles. Wow. 9 to a 10. Wow. Someone that I used to know. That has to be the case for some of you. Though, can I tell you, we have perfect past life energy. Past lives. Not just past life, past lives. This is nostalgia. Some may be mistaking the energy they're feeling towards someone who isn't showing really anything back for a longing of a love of a past life, especially with the Seven of Pentacles right below it. Can I just say, like, hello, Ten of Pentacles, and how interesting that we have the Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles, the Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles. Now with the Six of Cups, the Page of Swords, wow. And then the Nine of Wands, Spirit Warrior. Spirit Warrior energy. Page of Swords right in between that. Like, this is what I've been learning. My authentic energy and how to truly live within it. My voice, my truth. And this is what I've been building. How interesting, because what I love is the Nine of Wands, which you would think would be silly. But that is the reflection of what was. But you're looking at it through a completely different lens. It's all about, like, thank you, past. You have taught me well. And now I am ready to go on this adventure. I'm ready to end whatever chapter needs to end. Let this new chapter begin. And really live in the Fool's energy, the here and now. Enjoy every moment. You know, it's kind of like it's showing us the potential of where this can go. But I feel like, why does this house feel so abundant? Well, number one, I feel like because everyone in it is being their true selves. There's no mask, there's no facades, there's no lies. Well, you know, I won't say there's no little white lies. We're still human. Even after we've had this awakening, we're still human. These things still come up. But the difference is there's no way we end our connection. Right? We work through it. You know, when I say the person in the Nine of Wands is the Spirit Warrior, I truly mean it. And I feel like this reading was a perfect example of your growth through potentially struggle. But it feels like the sun is coming out. And having said that, I just want to go right across the reading. Just ask if there's any other messages. No, I have to say, I really feel this one. I feel it. That Chariot. Another 7. Card of Cancer. This is potential. This is unlimited potential. But you know why? Because the feminine and the masculine are in balance. The light and the shadow are in balance. No one's putting limitations on how far something can go. We're just going for the flow. We're going for the ride. Some of you, this may be an actual car. All right. That kind of feels like the ending. Okay, but not quite. Hello, Ace of Pentacles again. Eight of Swords. And then the 6 of Wands. Hello, lovers. The 3 of Pentacles. Wow. That clearly is just a change of energy. That is saying that when we uncreate these prisons these feelings that we're stuck, these walls of protection that we think, instead of trusting our intuition, we will taste what victory feels like. Not just financially, but I feel like in love. I mean, hello, Gemini. Head over heart decision. Sitting next to the Three of Pentacles. You in your creative energy, doing what you do the best, whatever that may be. It's almost like the secret admirer that you don't know about. Kind of feels like that king. But some of you may, because I feel like when the walls come down, oh, it reminds me of a song. When the walls come down, and when the walls crawl down. I hate when I can't remember. But that's what I feel like. The walls come down. It is like, it just opens. It just opens. And again, how beautiful that it's validating you and what you do or what you're about to do. And even in love, and I feel like one of the patterns I've noticed in the readings is often it speaks of us first, like us being honest, us evolving, us having inner harmony. And then we start to see like, wow, look what that attracts. Like, whoa, completely different energy. And I'm going to let that be and wonder if I can end this reading. I do have touchscreen. So I'm going to let that be. I'm sorry you had to hear that conversation, though I tried to keep it quiet. Wow. Abundance. In every way. But it all starts with you. And that is a fact. It all starts with you. You have a choice, like every step of the way. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.